All right, so you're looking to like hack your brain for peak productivity, but you don't want to burn out.
Yeah.
Right. Well, today we're diving deep into Ali Abdaal's feel-good productivity and get ready for some seriously counterintuitive strategies.
Yeah, we often think success equals happiness.
Right.
But Abdaal kind of flips that on its head. What if, like, feeling good is actually the key to achieving more?
Yeah. Abdaal learned that lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
He was pushing himself to the limit as a junior doctor.
Right.
And basically hit a wall on Christmas Day.
Wow.
And that's when he realized that prioritizing well-being isn't selfish. It's like essential for sustainable productivity.
Yeah.
But how do you like actually translate that into, well, getting stuff done?
Well, Abdaal argues that positive emotions aren't just, a fluffy bonus. They actually change our brain chemistry.
Oh, wow.
Boosting energy, creativity, and resilience to stress. Think of it this way. One study found that people in a good mood were way better at solving a tricky problem. It involved a candle, matches, and some thumbtacks.
Oh, like a riddle?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And the people in a good mood just like totally crushed it.
Wow.
Feeling good, like literally unlocks creative solutions.
That's pretty wild. So,
Yeah.
how do we like hack those feel-good chemicals?
Right.
Is it all like bubble baths and meditation retreats?
Not quite. Abdaal introduces 3 energizers.
Okay.
Play, power, and people.
Gotcha.
And these are practical ways to weave those positive emotions into our lives.
Right.
Let's start with play.
Play.
Yeah.
As in, like, adults should be playing more.
Yeah.
I feel like my boss might raise an eyebrow at that.
I mean, it's not about, ditching work for a game of tag or anything. It's more about bringing, like, a playful mindset to what we're already doing. Think back to when you were a kid.
Yep.
Play was how you learned, explored, and came up with creative solutions.
Yeah.
We can tap back into that.
Okay, so, like, asking, what would this look like if it were fun?
Exactly.
Turning a boring spreadsheet into, I don't know,
Right.
a personal challenge or something.
Yeah, exactly. And the science backs it up.
Oh, really?
Play releases dopamine, even in rats.
Wow.
That dopamine hit is a core ingredient in the feel-good productivity cycle.
Makes sense.
And Abdaal even dives into different play personalities.
Yeah.
Like, are you a joker, a competitor, a director, or a collector?
Interesting.
Figuring out your style helps you incorporate play in a way that feels natural.
Okay, I'm starting to see how play fits in, but what
Yeah.
about this power energizer? It sounds a bit, power hungry.
This isn't about, like, dominating others or anything.
Yeah.
It's about feeling empowered
Okay.
and in control of your work and life.
Gotcha.
And it's closely tied to intrinsic motivation, that drive that comes from within, not from external pressures.
Right.
Yeah.
But what if you're stuck in a job that doesn't exactly spark passion? Is it possible to feel that sense of power even when you're not doing your dream work?
Absolutely. Abdaal highlights that even when we're doing tasks we don't love, we can still tap into identified motivation.
Okay.
It's about connecting the task to your bigger goals or values.
I see.
So even something as mundane as, like, doing your taxes can be reframed as contributing to your financial well-being.
So it's about finding meaning in the mundane.
Exactly.
I like that, but isn't there a danger of just like forcing yourself to feel motivated when you're actually not?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And this is where Abdaal's technique of flipping the confidence switch comes in.
Okay.
It's about acting as if you're confident, even if you don't feel it yet. He found that by behaving confidently, his actual confidence grew over time.
Isn't that a bit like fake it till you make it? Is there a risk of that feeling inauthentic?
It's more nuanced than that, I think. It's not about, like, denying your feelings.
Right.
It's about choosing to act in alignment with the person you want to become. It's like adopting a beginner's mind, approaching tasks with curiosity and openness, even if you're feeling unsure.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've got play and power. What about the people energizer?
Well, this one might seem obvious,
Right.
but Abdaal goes deeper than just make friends, be happy.
Okay.
He explores how social connections literally release feel-good hormones
Oh, wow.
and amplify our abilities. He talks about the power of senius,
Okay.
like a supportive community that fuels everyone's success.
So it's about more than just networking.
Right.
It's about like finding your tribe, people who energize and inspire you.
Exactly.
I'm already feeling more energized just thinking about it.
Yeah.
So we've got play, power, and people as these core ingredients for feeling good,
Right.
which apparently fuels productivity.
Yeah.
But what happens when we inevitably hit roadblocks?
Right.
That's got to be part 2.
Exactly. All right. So we've seen how play, power, and people can supercharge our productivity.
Right.
But let's be real. We all hit those moments where motivation just kind of goes MIA.
Yeah. Procrastination.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the ultimate energy vampire.
It really is.
Even with all the feel-good strategies.
Right.
Sometimes it just feels impossible to escape.
You're telling me.
It's clutches,
Well, the good news is Abdaal doesn't just tell us to try harder
Yeah.
or download another productivity app.
Okay.
He digs into the emotional roots of procrastination. He calls them blockers.
Blockers, okay.
And there are 3 main culprits:
All right, lay it on me.
uncertainty,
Oak.
fear, and inertia.
Okay, let's tackle those blockers head on.
Let's do it.
Uncertainty, that feeling of being lost in a to-do list wilderness, not knowing, where to even begin.
Right.
I know that feeling all too well.
Yeah, that overwhelm, it just drains our energy before we even start.
For sure.
So Abdaal suggests borrowing a concept from military strategy
Ooh, interesting.
called commander's intent.
Okay.
Instead of getting bogged down in the how-tos of each task, zoom out and focus on the why.
A why, okay.
Think of a D-Day.
Okay.
The initial plan went totally sideways,
Right.
but the Allied forces adapted because they had a clear understanding of the ultimate goal, which was to establish a beachhead in Normandy.
So we need to be like the commanders of our own to-do list.
Exactly.
Having a clear vision of the why keeps us on track.
Yeah.
Even when things get chaotic.
Exactly. And Abdaal recommends using the 5 whys technique.
5 whys.
Yeah, when you're feeling stuck, ask yourself why 5 times in a row.
Oh.
It helps unearth the root cause of your procrastination.
Interesting.
And connect even mundane tasks back to your larger purpose.
That's a great way to reframe those have-to tasks into want-to tasks.
Exactly.
Now, what about fear?
Okay.
That's a big one for me. Fear of failure, judgment, the unknown. It can be totally paralyzing.
Fear is a powerful force, and it triggers our brain's threat response system.
Oh, wow.
Leading to, procrastination and avoidance.
Right.
Abdaal even talks about Alex Honnold. The free solo climber, who seems to have an unusually calm amygdala.
Right.
The part of the brain that, processes fear.
Right, but most of us aren't wired like Alex Honnold.
Not even close.
Yeah, I definitely don't have plans to scale El Capitan anytime soon.
Yeah, me neither.
So how do we, mere mortals, deal with fear?
Well, Abdaal suggests effective labeling.
Effective labeling.
Sounds fancy, but it's simply naming your fears out loud or writing them down.
Wait, so just saying I'm afraid can actually help?
It sounds too simple to be true, but research shows that acknowledging our fears actually takes away their power. It's like turning on the light and realizing the monster under the bed is just a pile of laundry.
Okay, that makes sense. But even after naming the fear, how do you actually move forward?
Well, Abdaal has several strategies.
Yes.
One is the 1-0-10-10 rule.
1-1-7-10.
Yeah, ask yourself, will this still matter?
Okay.
In 10 minutes, 10 weeks, 10 years. It helps you gain perspective.
Right.
And avoid catastrophizing.
That's a good reality check.
It is.
And I bet it also helps with that spotlight effect.
No, for sure.
That feeling that everyone is, judging us constantly.
Exactly. We tend to overestimate how much others notice our every move.
Right.
So remembering that nobody cares as much as we think they do can be incredibly liberating.
So we're naming our fears, gaining perspective, and reminding ourselves that the spotlight isn't always on us.
Right.
Any other fear-busting tactics?
Well, Abdaal also talks about the Batman effect,
The Batman effect.
Yeah, it's about adopting a confident alter ego,
Okay.
even if it feels a bit silly.
Right.
It's like putting on a mental costume that embodies the qualities you want to cultivate.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So like if you're facing a presentation
Right.
that makes you nervous, you could like channel your inner superhero
Exactly.
to boost your confidence.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's about tapping into the part of you that's capable of courage.
Right.
Even when fear is, whispering doubts.
Okay, so we've tackled uncertainty and fear.
We have.
Now the final blocker is inertia. It's that feeling of being like stuck in a rut,
Yeah.
like a giant metaphorical object at rest.
Objects at rest tend to stay at rest.
Yeah, like that Sunday night feeling.
Ugh, tell me about it.
When you know you should be like prepping for the week ahead, but you're just glued to the couch.
Yep.
Newton's law of couch potatoes.
I love it.
So it takes a lot of energy
Duh.
to overcome that initial resistance.
Absolutely. And Abdaal focuses on friction reduction.
Friction reduction.
Yeah, make it as easy as possible to take that first step.
Okay.
So instead of like committing to an hour-long workout,
Right?
try the 5-minute rule.
Okay.
Just put on your sneakers and step outside.
5 minutes, I can do that.
Exactly. Small steps, big impact.
I like that. Is there anything else we can do
Yeah.
to combat that inertia?
Tracking progress can be super motivating. Even small wins, keep
Yeah.
the momentum going.
Right.
Also, finding an accountability partner helps. We're more likely to let someone else down
Right.
than ourselves.
Makes sense. It's like having a
Yeah,
cheerleader in your corner.
exactly.
Now, I'm curious about this this alignment piece.
Right.
We've tackled the like how-tos, but what about the why?
The why.
How do we make sure we're not just, busy,
Right.
but busy doing the things that truly matter?
That's the million-dollar question.
Okay, so we've got our energizers to like boost our mood,
Right.
and tactics for tackling those pesky productivity blockers.
Yeah.
But now I'm curious about this alignment piece.
Okay.
Is this where we like figure out
Yeah.
if we're on the right track? Big picture.
This is where we go beyond just like getting things done and ask, are we doing the right things?
Right.
Abdaal calls it misalignment burnout.
Misalignment burnout.
Now, it's not just about working too hard.
Okay.
It's about feeling out of sync with your values and goals.
It's like running on a treadmill. You're putting in effort, but not actually like getting anywhere meaningful.
A perfect analogy.
So, how do we avoid that treadmill trap?
Well, Abdaal breaks it down into 3 horizons.
Okay.
Long term, medium term,
Yeah.
and short term.
Gotcha.
He starts with a pretty powerful question for the long term.
Okay.
What would you want people to say about you in your eulogy?
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
getting straight to the point.
It is.
I can see how that like forces you to think about your legacy.
Right.
What really matters in the grand scheme of things.
Exactly. It's a way to like clarify your values and the impact you want to make.
Right.
Abdaal also suggests creating an Odyssey plan.
Odyssey plan. Okay.
Yeah, it's about mapping out different potential paths your life could take.
So it's not about creating a like
Right.
rigid roadmap.
No.
It's more about exploring possibilities.
Yeah.
Seeing what sparks excitement.
Exactly.
Now the medium-term horizon
Okay.
brings things a bit closer.
It does.
It's about bridging the gap between that big picture vision and your day-to-day actions.
Right.
So how do we connect those dots?
That's the question.
How do we know if we're like on the right path?
Well, Abdaal suggests using the 12-month celebration technique.
12-month celebration.
Yeah. Imagine yourself 1 year from now.
Okay.
What achievements would you be celebrating? What goals would feel like most meaningful to achieve?
I like that it's a
Yeah,
positive spin on goal setting.
it is.
Focusing on like what you want to celebrate,
Right.
not just what you feel obligated to do.
Exactly. And to get a more holistic view.
Okay.
He also recommends the Wheel of Life exercise.
Wheel of life.
It's a way to assess different areas of your life.
Okay.
Health, relationships, work, personal growth,
Right.
and see which ones need more attention.
That's a good reminder to not like
Yeah.
get hyper-focused on one area
Right.
and neglect others.
Exactly.
It's about finding balance, making sure all aspects of your life are thriving.
Right.
Now, the short-term horizon is where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
Aligning your daily actions
Right.
with those long-term values and goals.
Exactly.
This is where we like put it all into practice, right?
This is it.
But how do you make sure
Yeah.
even those small everyday tasks are actually like moving you in the right direction?
Well, Abdaal emphasizes the power of proximal goals.
Proximal goals.
Yeah, breaking down those big, audacious goals into smaller, more achievable steps.
It's the classic one step at a time approach.
It is.
Does that really like make a difference in terms of motivation?
Absolutely. Think of it like this. One study found that kids who focused on their daily progress in math rather than just, the final grade, actually performed better and felt more confident.
It makes sense.
It does.
Celebrating those small wins along the way, keeps you motivated.
Yeah.
And helps you stay focused on the bigger picture.
Exactly. And finally, Abdaal encourages us to treat our productivity efforts like experiments.
Okay.
Try different approaches, track what works, and adjust as needed.
So it's a constant process of tweaking and refining, seeing what brings you closer to that feeling of alignment and energy.
Exactly.
Well, I'd say that was a pretty comprehensive deep dive into feel-good productivity.
I think so.
What stood out to you the most?
The biggest takeaway for me is that productivity isn't about pushing yourself to the limit. It's about understanding what energizes you, what blocks you, and how to align your actions with what truly matters. It's a journey of self-discovery, and it should feel good along the way.
And remember, the key is to, experiment. Take what resonates with you, adapt it to your own life, and keep playing with different approaches until you find a system that makes you feel good and helps you achieve your goals.
Exactly.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into feel-good productivity.
It does.
We hope this has given you some valuable insights and inspired you to find a more joyful and fulfilling approach to getting things done.
For sure.
We'll see you next time for another fascinating deep dive.
I can't wait.